local television network, TSPN. And now back to our sports show and the game of the week with sportscasters Jim Vinciguerra and Frank Halverson.
Okay, folks, we're back with the captains out on the field tonight. Number 32, Steve Machado. Number 36, Josh Kuster. And number 55 is Roger Wilson. For the St. Helena Saints, we've got, looks like number 26, Ryan Maloney. And number 73, Lane Dixon. And we're going to see who's going to win the toss. Once again, both teams at 2-0-1, so can't get a better matchup here tonight. I guess the bus was about an hour late here starting tonight, Frank, so.
Yeah, the JV game started about 45 minutes late. Here, it looks like St. Helena won the coin toss, and they elect to receive.
So, as the stadium announcer says, this will be one heck of a battle. I'd like to remind everybody this first quarter of the game of the week is proudly sponsored by Barron's Furniture of Sutter Creek with a commitment to satisfaction for over 30 years. We are now going to have our national anthem, so listen in. Frank, you want to go over the starting lineup for the Mustangs tonight?
Well, the way we've got in the booth here, Jim, the starting offensive lineup, we do not have the defensive lineup. Starting the offensive lineup, starting at our quarterback, number 9, Jordan Smith. Our running backs, number 32, Steve Machado, number 36, Josh Kuster, and number 22, Andy Klinkenbeard. On the line, tight ends, Danny Meeks, number 13, and Kenny Karp, number 40. At center is Matt Ward. At your left guard, Jesse Kuster. Left tackle, Eli Montano, who was also elected the king of 1997 Argonaut High School homecoming. And at right guard, Roger Wilson. And at right tackle, Jared Crane. And that's that potent offensive unit for Argonaut, averaging over 400 yards per game.
Okay, we might mention tonight's homecoming queen was Tasha Gibbs, and I know she's not going to be playing tonight, but she's probably down there rooting everybody on, along with her court, Anissa Michelle, Jillian Traverso, Betty Jean Johnson, and the King's court is Brian Bernhardt, Josh Kuster, and Carlos Rodriguez, along with King Eli Montano. So we're going to be ready for the kickoff in a quick second. We're going to be right back. Okay, we're back with the St. Helena Saints getting ready to take the field. The reason for the quick delay there, Frank, was a monstrous gopher hole, I guess, about on the 40-yard line. We had everybody and their brother look like Caltrans out there trying to straighten things up. 27 shovels and one guy shoveling.
And one bucket of sand.
And a bucket of dirt or sand. So
it looks like we're about ready to go, though, Jim.
Anyway, it's getting late, and we've got to get this game in, that's for sure.
Looks like number 36, Josh Kuster, is going to kick off for the Mustangs. Back to receive for the St. Helena Saints is number 3, John Leja. And number 21 looks like David Menegon.
Okay, Kuster roots a good one down to about the 6, where it's taken by number 3. Good open field tackle by number 36. Hey, I guess that's the guy that kicked it off.
That's our kicker, Josh Kuster. He kicked the ball and he kept on going, made a nice tackle right at the 10-yard line where the Saints will take over for 1st and 10.
Okay, ball resting on about the 12-yard line for the Saints. Robbie Swenson back at safety for the Mustangs. We'll get some defensive players in here in just a second. Straight ahead to their big fullback, like probably number 26, Ryan Maloney.
Gets out to the 15-yard line on just a straight-ahead play.
Making a stop for the Mustangs, number 40, Ken Karp, 6'3", 200-pound sophomore.
Well, this Argonaut team has a lot of young players on there, several sophomores and juniors, so they've got plenty to look forward to next year.
That is true. Straight eye formation for the Saints.
Up, Argonaut jumped off sides. Let's see if they were drawn off.
Andy Cisneros, number 99, getting a little bit anxious. Barron's Furniture at 23 Ridge Road in Sutter Creek has been serving the mother lode with quality home furnishings and bedding for over 20 years. Locally owned and operated, Barron's has a commitment to satisfaction that doesn't end on delivery. Stop by Barron's Furniture today for all your home furnishing needs.
Offside is on Argonaut, brings up a 2nd and 2 after the 5-yard penalty.
Okay, again into their big fullback, number 26. That's Maloney again.
Number 26, Ryan Maloney.
Looks like trying to get a number on the... That number 99 on the tackle?
That was Cisneros, 99.
So the Saints pick up a 1st down. 1st and 10, ball on the 25-yard line.
Ryan Millington on playing right tackle tonight defensively, number 68. Here goes the number 2 back. Number 21 has some room on the outside, tripped up by number 30. Number 22 looked like Klinkenbeard on that play.
That time they faked the fullback and gave it to Menegan off the right tackle. A little juke move to the right, got outside and picked up a nice gain for another 1st down. So it looks like the Saints are somewhat similar to the Mustangs tonight, and they're going to run the football.
A little bit different offensive setup, but the same straightforward movement for St. Helena. Little delay in the backfield. I don't know if it was a mix-up or not, Frank, but they stopped him cold at the goal line.
I think that was Menegan again. It looked like a little confusion on the play. There wasn't a real clean handoff, and tackled for no gain on the play.
And on the initial stop was number 62, Jesse Kuster, 5'10", 245 pounds.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Saints, who have yet to throw their first pass here on the opening drive.
Let's not hold our breath, okay? Little delay again off the left side.
Fake to the fullback that time and gave to the back, John Leja, number 3, 145-pound senior.
Small gain on the play brings up 3rd and about 6 for the Saints.
Third down and about 7 for the Saints.
Straight ahead again for no gain on that play. Making the stop, Andy Klinkenbeard, number 22. Brings up 4th and about 6 here, Frank.
Boy, that was a nice play right there by Klinkenbeard. stopped it cold on a 3rd down play, so that's going to force the Saints to punt. Dropping back into punt formation is to receive the punt, number 22, Andy Klinkenbeard. Klinkenbeard has a kickoff return of 88 yards this year already for a touchdown.
Yeah, back to punt is Adam Beatty, quarterback, end over end. That's going to go to let's get number 12 in there too. It's Robbie Swenson back to catch the punt. Going to be blown dead on the Argonaut 36-yard line, where the Mustangs will take over. 1st and 10, ready for some action. So, Kuster in the backfield, Machado in the backfield.
George
Klinkenbeard, number 22 on the left side. Small gain on the play, stopped initially by number 14 is Eric Rich. Trasari Jewelers, located on Main Street in downtown Jackson, is home of the best jewelry and clock repair in the county. All work is done on premises. They also offer 1-hour photo service. Stop by or call 223-3801. It's Trasari Jewelers, Main Street in Jackson.
Klinkenbeard took that pitch going around the left side for a gain of 4, brings up a 2nd down and 6 for the Mustangs.
Klinkenbeard again over on the left side.
Looks like they got the 1st down.
Looks like he had some second effort there, Frank.
I think he had a little help from his friends there. They came on the back and gave an extra push there for that extra yard to get that 1st down, I think.
Close to a 1st down. It's going to bring up about 3rd and maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, it looks like they marked it just a little short. They didn't give him that extra push.
Mike Donor coming out. In for him is number 40, Kenny Karp. Probably in with a slick play here.
3rd and short.
Again, Machado and Klinkenbeard, the halfbacks or tailbacks. Quick up the middle. Here goes Kuster. Here he goes.
He's all the way. He's gone.
Okay, let's call it, Frank.
Kuster, number 36, on a 3rd and short, took a quick hitter right over the middle, broke through the line, and there was nobody around to catch him.
That's 54 yards for Mr. C, the big Kuster, who's averaging over 15 yards a carry.
Josh Kuster has, going into tonight's game, at 494 yards and 5 TDs, 15.5 yards per carry, which is absolutely outstanding in anybody's league. And he breaks one there for the 1st TD for the Mustangs.
It's the same as the last 3 TDs, same play.
2-point conversion. They got it.
32, Stevie Machado in for the 2-point conversion. That brings the score to 8-0 with 7:02 remaining in the 1st quarter. Well, Frank, I was telling you on the way over tonight, you got to see this team to believe it. They're quick, but the breaks that they get off of that offensive line for 50, 60, 70-yard runs, it's been that way, been there all year long so far.
Well, anytime you're getting that kind of rushing yards, you got to give some credit to the guys up front. Their center, Matt Ward, their guards, Roger Wilson and Jesse Kuster, tackles Eli Montano and Jared Crane, and the 2 tight ends, Kenny Carr and Danny Meeks. And I'll tell you, they're living up to their billing so far. That happened in a hurry.
Yep, 7:02 left in the 1st quarter. Prospect Motors in Jackson is your authorized General Motors dealer in the Motherlode, featuring cars and trucks by Cadillac, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, Chevrolet, and Geo. It's fall. Hey, Frank, it's fall. We're going to talk about this later. That means the 98s are arriving daily. Now's the time to come on in and take advantage of the great savings on the remaining 97s in stock. Buy here in Amador County. It's your locally owned and operated, community-minded Prospect Motors in Jackson. And here we go for the kickoff.
Dropping back for St. Helena is number 21, David Menigan, and number 3, John Leja.
Kuster to kick off. Chip shot about the same spot as last time, taking on the 9. Got some room up the middle here.
Oh, it's a fumble. The ball's on the ground, Jim.
Got his own recovery there, I think, huh? Yep, 3 comes up with it. Sets the ball up on the 30-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the St. Helena Saints. So,
Setting up the defense there, Jim, number 62, Jesse Kuster. Number 68, Ryan Millington. Number 40, Kenny Karp.
okay, first pass of the night, complete to number 82. That is Giancarlo Bentinelli.
Just Beatty went back on just a short drop, and the tight end released over the middle, and there was nobody there to pick up a nice gain on their first pass play, a gain of 8, bring up second and 2.
You stopped by number 12, Robbie Swenson, playing deep safety tonight.
I think St. Helena might realize that if they've got a chance in this game, they're going to have to score some points, so we might see them open that up a little bit.
They're going to have to mix it up, that's true. Split wide left here. Quick pass to number 80, who was out there on the on the split side. Number 80 is, well, we don't have an 80.
Cliff Little is the announcement here. The numbers got mixed up a little bit. Our understanding is St. Helena had some jerseys that were had disappeared.
Five-finger discount.
Five-finger discount, so the numbers that were on their roster had been changed, and so we're trying to catch up here a little bit.
Bear with us.
We didn't have a number 80 on the roster.
Okay, Cliff Little, number 80. We'll remember him.
Right on the first down marker, gives them a 1st and 10, where St. Helena will operate from the 40-yard line.
Another big opening up the middle. Mike Macholik in on the stop there.
Again, given to the big fullback, the first man through, Ryan Maloney. Ryan, 6 foot, 200-pound senior. Gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Straight I formation here. Second back, through.
Poppy slips, his knee went down, he was down. I believe that was number 21, David Menigan.
In on the stop, 55, Roger Wilson. Go to JB's Awards and Engraving for award-winning trophies, plaques, ribbons, engraving, name badges, awards, and more. JB's. Involved in the community and proud to sponsor local sports and youth activities, low prices, finest quality. JB Awards and Engraving, 22 California Street in Jackson. Give them a call, 223-2703.
3rd and 6. Oh, wide open over the middle.
Wide open over the middle.
Completed to number 82, Giancarlo Bettinelli.
Heck of a name. Stopped by number 12. It looked like Robbie Swenson in on that play again. That was a nice pass. He's a tall. Bentinelli is 6'2". He looks a lot bigger than 6'2".
190-pound tight end. The same play that they completed their first pass on, releasing that tight end over the middle, where they're finding some room there to bring St. Helena first down at the Mustang 39-yard line.
Okay, here comes a reverse over to the left side. Stopped cold by number 28, Kenny Cottrell.
You know, that was a nice play by Cottrell. He kept his area. He stayed home just like he was supposed to. Didn't go for the fakes. Waited there and made a nice play on number 1, Adam Milano, who took the ball on the reverse.
Comes up with about a 4-yard loss, making it 2nd and 14 for the Saints.
Very nice play by Cottrell. Cottrell's a junior here on the Mustang team this year, so he'll be around for another year.
Straight drop back pass. Quarterback's going to keep it this time. Frankie's got some opening over on the left.
Oh, a nice straight arm there. He's still going down the line. Finally knocked out by number 12.
That's Swenson.
13, I guess it is.
13, we'll give that one to Danny Meeks then.
You know, the quarterback went back. He was rolling right, and he slipped on the cut, but found a seam, cut it across the left side. Nice straight arm here on one of the defenders to get him an extra 10 yards or so.
That play covered about 30, 35 yards there, Frank.
St. Helena's got the ball now, 1st and 10 on the 11-yard line.
Trying to draw offside, but they aren't going to get it from the quarterback there. That's the big fullback, 26 again.
Number 26, Ryan Maloney.
Maloney stopped by Klinkenbeard. And number 40 is Kenny Karp. Also in is number 55, Roger Wilson.
Well, St. Helena's starting to mix it up a little bit on this second series from what we saw on the first series. They've moved the ball very well where they have 2nd and 8 on the 9-yard line. Jordan Smith running the offense very effectively. Split back, the right tackle jump, that's an illegal procedure. They'll have to move back 5 yards on that.
Car Audio Inspiration, located on Sutter Hill, is your local source for car stereo, cellular, satellite TV, pagers, home theater, auto alarms, and installation. They feature AT&T wireless services. Call Car Audio Inspiration at 267-0237 or stop by their Sutter Hill location at 30 Ridge Road behind the Sierra Trading Post.
That 5-yard procedure penalty will move the ball back, bring up a 2nd and 13 from the 14-yard line. So they can still get a first down here, Jim, right, without scoring.
Straight eye, deep back. Oh, they got to mix up in the backfield again, Frank.
He faked to the fullback, and then there was nobody there. So he turned and tried to do what he could there.
Nobody after the fake to get the ball.
Tackled by a whole bunch of green jerseys. Who's that getting off the foul?
Looks like 62. That's Kuster, Jesse.
Big play here for the Argonaut defense with St. Helena 3rd and 13 from their 14-yard line.
1:50 remaining first quarter action. Okay, quick fake, long lob into the end zone, in and out of the hands of number 1, I think, Frank, Adam Alano.
But I'll tell you what, Jordan Smith had a nice fake, and they ran a little fly pattern to the right corner, and the pass was there, and Alano just couldn't hold on. Excuse me, Adam Beatty, same number, wrong team.
Wrong team, Frank. That's okay. We're going to get it here pretty quick. Frank A's Pizza Restaurant in Pine Grove and Plymouth make meal planning easy. Dine-in or take-out. Delivery is available to the upcountry area, and video rentals are also available at the Pine Grove Restaurant. Order a pizza and a video, and the second video is free. For great pizza, call Frank A's Pizza in Pine Grove and Plymouth.
Well, St. Helena here is going to attempt a 31-yard field goal. The ball's going to be spotted at about the 21-yard line.
Well, let's see if
the snap.
Bad snap.
Well, the snap was good. The hold wasn't so good.
It's number 86, Aaron Byland.
The kick is wide to the left. The snap was there, but it went right through the holder's hands, and the kicker had to hold up, take a double clutch there, and it caused him to pull the ball a little bit right. But he had plenty of distance.
I'll tell you what, Frank, yeah, for a muffed field goal attempt, that had plenty of distance from 31 yards.
31 yards by Aaron Byland.
So the Mustangs take over 1st and 10 on the 20. 1:02 remaining in the first quarter.
That illegal procedure penalty ended up a little bit when it threw him in 2nd and long. Argonaut's able to hold on and keep the Saints from scoring.
So Smith sets up the offense. Here's Klinkenbeard to the left side. A little bit of running room, but smothered.
Looks like a gain of about 4 yards on the play.
52 in on the play there, Garrett Smith.
Number 31 into the lineup, Mike Donner. For number 13, Danny Meeks.
So Machado left, Klinkenbeard right, Kuster center. It's going to be Machado for his first run tonight. We've got a penalty on the play here, Frank. Lane Dixon in on the stop there. Looks like it's going to be against the Mustangs. That was a 2nd down and about 6.
Well, I don't know what the penalty could have been against the Mustangs. Thrown where it was thrown right in the area of the tackle. We were blocked a little bit by the players on the line, but it looks like it is going to go against the Mustangs. We'll have to wait and see what the signal is. Illegal block, perhaps.
That's about all it could be out here in the flat.
Yeah, pushing the back, illegal block. That's going to move the Mustangs back to the 17-yard line to bring up a 2nd down and 13.
Klinkenbeard over the, oh, just nailed by number 80 there. That's Cliff Little.
Well, he got penetration, he got a couple of yards deep in the backfield, and Klinkenbeard took that pitch, and he didn't have anywhere to go.
That, no time on the clock. We don't have a gun going off here. Let's have a gun. Shoot it.
Jordan Smith is asking the referee, so there's no time on the clock. It's at the end of the quarter. Well, there goes the gun.
All right. They had to reload after that 4-pointer out in the flat here. Anyway, the first quarter of the game of the week has been proudly brought to you by Barron's Furniture at 23 Ridge Road in Sutter Creek. They've been serving the Motherlode with quality home furnishings and bedding for over 20 years. Locally owned and operated, Barron's has a commitment to satisfaction that doesn't end on delivery. Stop by Barron's Furniture today for all your home furnishing needs. We're going to be right back with second quarter action right after these messages.
Listen, Nancy's been doing a lot of drugs. I know it's catching up with her. I can see it coming. But what can I do? If I say anything, she'll think I'm not cool. And I don't want to lose a friend. I mean, it's her life. Right?
If you have a friend who's in trouble with drugs, don't just stand there. Do something.
It's these people at Campbell Chevron that make sure you get great service. It's that simple. We've been in business 27 years under the same ownership. We're experienced, we work hard, and we keep up with technology. Save yourself some bucks, get it done right the first time and with a smile. Campbell's has 24-hour damage-free towing, and now we are known as the Brake Stop, offering a lifetime warranty on brake pads and shoes. Campbell Chevron, the Brake Stop.
All right, listen up. First platoon will camp here. Second platoon will occupy their food supply. Let's move out.
Yes, sir.
Ants and roaches are their bugs.
Bees and ticks and ugly slugs.
Termites chomping on the wood.
All them ceilings taste so good.
Sound off.
1, 2, 3.
One call stops them in their tracks.
Retreat!
Dial 1-800-EXTERMINATE for local professional pest control. Safeguard Pest Control, the experienced professionals of the Motherlode. Call 1-800-EXTERMINATE today.
The Bank of Amador is your local bank. They specialize in construction and local business loans with 3 convenient locations, Jackson, Buckhorn, and Ione. Financially strong with local convenience. The Bank of Amador, member FDIC, an equal opportunity lender. The Bank of Amador, local people helping local people.
Listen to what customers have to say about Jeff Holman Auto Center.
It's just been a good experience for me all the way around. With the customer service manager, John, with Jeff, the salesman. I will be back to Jeff Holman for my next automobile.
I found this 1988 F-150 down at Jeff Holman Auto Center. So far, it's been the most dependable truck I own.
Strict model selection, careful professional mechanical preparation to ensure our customers years of dependable service. Jeff Holman Auto Center.
More people are shopping at Golden Gems in Sutter Creek. The reason? Gem Vision computer-aided jewelry design. In addition to being open for you 7 days, having the largest jewelry selection with best prices, Golden Gems now offers you the opportunity to help design new or redesign old jewelry using Gem Vision. The designs are exclusive and the service is free. Gem Vision at Golden Gems in Sutter Creek. Certified gemologist appraiser.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now back to our sports show and the game of the week with sportscasters Jim Vincent-Guerra and Frank Halverson.
Welcome back to second quarter action. This second quarter of the game of the week is brought to you by Amador County Health Education for HIV and AIDS Prevention, a community resource of information, education, and assistance through services and projects available to help you and your family make informed decisions about the issues relating to HIV and AIDS prevention. For information regarding HIV/AIDS prevention education services, please call 223-6638.
That was a handoff up the middle, looked like to Josh Kuster, the same play that they broke that long touchdown on a 3rd and long, but well short of the 1st down. Going to bring up a 4th down, and Argonaut will have to punt.
Okay, back to punt for the Mustangs. Number 9 is Smith. Back deep for the Saints, number 21, Dave Menigan. Whoa, good. That was one heck of a save there, Frank, by the punter. Menigan on the 48, got some room on the side. Kuster makes the stop, number 36 for the Mustangs. Good return there. Had some daylight to run to.
Looked like he had somewhere to go, and all of a sudden Kuster shot in, made a nice tackle. Kuster leads the team in the Argonaut defense in sacks with 3 sacks this year. He's also recovered a fumble and recorded 1 safety, so he's had a very productive first part of the season.
Offense and defense. Okay, the Saints take the ball on about the 40-yard line of the Mustangs. Quick up back through is number 21's got some room on the left side. Pushed out by number 40 there, Frank, Kenny Karp, but not before getting about 18 yards on that run.
Well, you know, he went up through the line over left tackle there, and it looked like he was stopped, and all of a sudden he bounced to the outside, made a nice gain on it.
Okay, 1st and 10 for the Saints. Ball resting about the 21-yard line.
St. Helena has moved the ball pretty well so far this half with no points to score for it. Beatty under center.
The pass was there, now it isn't. Oh, comes back. Oh, I don't know, Frank. We got to get a replay on this one.
Well, I tell you what, they say the pass was complete. You know, they were looking deep to go to the corner, and it was well covered by number 22, Andy Klinkenbeer, and all of a sudden the receiver pulled up, turned around, and the ball was right there, made a nice catch to keep it off the ground. So that leaves St. Helena with a 1st and goal.
That was Adam Milano, number 1.
Just outside the 5-yard line. So St. Helena threatening here with 10:42 left to play in the 2nd quarter.
Adelano splits left now. Quick pitch. Caught in the backfield. There's a fumble. Looks like Argonaut has it. There's a flag.
There's a flag on the play. Argonaut recovered the fumble.
That was number 2, Mike Macholik, picking up the fumble, and that might have been where the fumble occurred, Frank. Maybe it was a place marker. I don't see a flag.
The flag went down, but it doesn't. Okay, he threw the marker out from where the fumble occurred because you cannot advance a fumble in high school football. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay, so that was just a marker. It was not a flag. So again, Argonaut turns St. Helena back after moving the ball well. And
yeah, they dodged a bullet from the 4-yard line there. Okay, Machado, right side, student body right, still on his feet.
Machado came around that right side, and you just see he had his hand in front of his blockers, and they were just pushing a hole there through him.
They've been
gained
doing it
about
all
5 or 6 yards on the play.
Garrett Smith, number 52, with the tackle. Gain of about 5 on that play brings up 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs.
They look like they pull half of that line when they go on that sweep.
Oh, they do. They do. Okay, where's the ball here?
Machado got the handoff again going around the right. It looked like they had a difficult time with the handoff and did a good job holding on to it.
Reverse or an inside handoff there. Okay, Need Water. Hunt Drilling has over 20 years of experience. They specialize in water well construction, water well location, and complete water system installation and service. Owner-operators Tom and Debbie Hunt offer free estimates and package discounts. It's Hunt Drilling, 223-2811.
So Argonaut has the ball 3rd and 4 at the 21-yard line.
Big play for the Mustangs here. 3rd and 4. Machado kind of holds up.
Looks like illegal procedure call on the Mustangs. Somebody moved on the line.
Machado was clapping his hands there. Maybe he saw something that we didn't. If they were drawn off, no, they're going to march it off against St. Helena.
Offside St. Helena. They must have made contact when they came across the line there.
That's an easy way to get a first.
Well, when Machado went into motion, and all of a sudden he stopped his motion, looked like maybe he went in too early, but they pulled the Saints off the line and made contact, and that gave them a first down, so now they're 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
There's a flag out here on this play.
There's that late flag where it was thrown, looks like probably offensive holding.
That was Kuster with the carry. And it's going to be against the Mustangs. So we'll see what the call is. B&H Electric Incorporated are a commercial and industrial electrical contractor. They're proud to sponsor and participate in activities for youth of Amador County. Tim Finch of Ione is with B&H Electric Incorporated. Thank you for your sponsorship on Friday Night Football.
Well, the penalty goes against the Mustangs. I'm not familiar with the signal that the ref gave, but it did go against the Mustangs. Some type of illegal block or illegal use of hands. Brings them 1st and 15 now from the 20-yard line.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, is that a fumble? The ball's on the ground. Recovered by, looks like St. Helena's got it.
That was Klinkenbeard with the ball, got it stripped by the first man that hit him, and then pounced on by about 3 Saints.
The St. Helena defender came in hard with his right hand as he hit Klinkenbeard, knocked that ball to the ground, where St. Helena recovers, and they're in business right now with a 1st and 10. Inside the 15-yard line, looks about the 13. So can the Mustangs do it for a 3rd time? The Saints have been down inside the 20-yard line 3 times now. This is the 3rd time and come away with no points. Nice play for the Argonaut defense. I believe that was
33 Dustin Blayshaw, it looked like, Frank. And
Mike McCulloch made a nice play on that for, looks like, a loss of a yard, or a gain of 1 yard, excuse me, brings up 2nd down and 9. High formation.
Quarterback keeper there, faked to the fullback and kept it on the left side himself.
Looks like they were tried to run a little option play there, went down the line. Quarterback is asking now, where was everybody? Because after he faked the fullback, he went down the line, he didn't have far to go, and was wrapped up by Kuster. 3rd and 10 now for St. Helena. So the Mustang defense has certainly answered the call, the old bend but don't break theory.
Double wide right here. And the quarterback's looking that way. Nailed by number 13 first. 13, Danny Meeks, had an arm on him.
I'll tell you what, Jim, that was awful close to intentional grounding the way I saw the play. He was wrapped up there.
Well, maybe we'll get a replay on that, Frank, but I tell you, Meeks, number 13, was in there in a hurry, and the referee says his arm was in motion, and I guess that's not intentionally grounding him.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what the rules are in high school football as far as being in the pocket, out of the pocket, like they have in the pros for as far as intentional grounding calls. St. Helena's going to go for it here on 4th and 10.
Now, that's funny because they have the kicker that can kick that field goal that far, so they want the big 6 instead of 3. He's wide open. That was number 80, Cliff Little, wide open on the side over there in the right flat.
Well, I'll tell you what, this Adam Beatty, the quarterback for St. Helena, he can throw the football.
Throws a nice pass. Just kind of let him run right underneath it.
And the big 6'4" junior, Cliff Little, hauled that one in for 6 points for the Saints.
8-6 right now, 6:47 remaining in the first half. So, are they going to go for 2 or 1 here?
It looks like they're going to go for 2, Jim, down by 2 points. 1 point doesn't do them a whole lot of good at this juncture, so they're going to try to tie it up here with the 2-point conversion.
Look at this in the backfield. Full T in the backfield, Frank.
They got a full house.
Oh, they're putting somebody in motion now.
Back to pass, looking for big number. No,
way over his head. That guy, no, he needs to be about 7 foot tall. He might have had it, but that was Adam Alano.
Number 80, Cliff Little, that caught the touchdown pass, took it inside, and he was open there, but Adam Beatty was looking to outside to Adam Alano, and they weren't able to convert the 2-point conversion, so Mustangs keep the lead.
And with 6:47 remaining, 8-6 in favor of the Mustangs.
Well, the Mustangs are coming out. They'll receive the kickoff here. First time tonight. They need to get that powerful offense geared up after that first series. They've kind of stalled a little bit.
It just may happen. We've got Klinkenbeard 22, 32 in the backfield, Machado. Kind of middlemen. I see number 99 out there, Cisneros.
Well, you know, Klinkenbeard already has a 88-yard kickoff return for a touchdown this year, so anything can happen here with Klinkenbeard and Machado back to receive the kick.
2 dangerous kickoff returners down here. You just don't know who to kick it to. Number 86, Aaron Byland's going to give it a try. It's going to go to Klinkenbeard, I think. Number 22, he's going to
over his head back into the end zone.
Let it drop.
I'll tell you what, that kid's got a pretty good leg.
To drop it in the end zone like that, if it comes down to a field goal, be a good weapon to have. Anyway, Mustangs take over. 1st and 10 on their own 20. 8-6. So far, first half action.
This homecoming crowd, 1997 homecoming crowd, looking for some excitement from this powerful offense. Since the first series, they've been held down here by the St. Helena defense.
Okay, that was a fake to Machado, and right up the middle goes Kuster, number 36. Number 26 making the tackle. That's the fullback on offense, Ryan Maloney. 6 foot, 200-pound senior. Gain of about 5 or 6 on the play brings up 2nd and 4 for the Mustangs.
They have a lot of different formations they throw at you here with this offense.
Machado to the right. Making the stop, Lane Dixon, number 73. Short gain on the play, about maybe 1, 2 at the most. Brings up 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3.5.
You know, St. Helena's doing a good job right now getting the outside and cutting down those sweeps.
Well, if they read the Stockton Record or the Sacramento Bee or whatever, you know that they're going to be watching for the run.
Well, they certainly are, but when you're averaging 403 yards rushing a game, everybody knows you're going to run, but nobody's had much success in stopping them so far this year.
Okay, quick up back. Fake to Machado again. They're going to have to blow a whistle here or something. Stop the play.
They gave it to the first man through.
That was Kuster, number 36.
Kuster stopped for a short gain. Brings up 4th and 4 for the Mustangs. And they're going to be forced to punt again. I think the punter's had more work tonight than he's had all season.
All season. Again, the punter is the quarterback, Jordan Smith. Good snap this time. End over end. The punt returner kind of slipped there and kind of...
Yeah, Mennigan slipped when he went up to try to get the ball and
saved things.
After that, he decided he'll just back off and let it roll dead where it's down on the 40-yard line by the Mustangs, where St. Helena will take over 1st and 10.
So with the momentum they had the last set of plays, we're going to see if they can carry it through on this set. Again, the quarterback for St. Helena, Adam Beatty, kind of reminds me of the Fernandez from Amador, the way he's got a lot of touch on the ball, a lot of savvy on how to throw a long ball.
Well, he's looked pretty impressive in this first half. The offensive yardage right now is, other than the one long run from Argonaut, is pretty one-sided to St. Helena right now. So back to pass again.
Oh no, big tight end's got it, number 86. Wrestled down by number 24, Danny Burton.
I'll tell you what, that was David and Goliath right there. Danny Burton, a 5'11", 140-pound senior, had a hold of 6'4", 102-pound Aaron Byland to save a touchdown, and he pulled him down about the 16-yard line.
That pass was good for about 45 yards. Yeah, they had 2 on him and kind of shed those 2, and the only thing between him and the goal line was...
That Byland's a big target, and Beatty does a nice job in getting him the ball. Oh, nice play there.
Smothered. Let's get that number. 62. That's the other Cooster. That's Jesse.
Cooster got some penetration into the backfield right there. And met the number 26, Ryan Maloney, before he even could get going. So a nice play by Cooster there for a loss of about 3 yards, bringing up a 2nd and 13 for the Saints.
Okay, we're going to get a double wide here on the right again, Frank. That's right where he's looking. Somebody fell down right here in front of us, number 80.
Yeah, number 80. They've got their 2 big receivers, both 6'4", Cliff Little and Aaron Byland, split out to the right, and they did a little crossing pattern. He was looking for Little. Little slipped and never had a chance.
More of a timing play than anything, because if it wasn't, the quarterback could have kind of kept it himself. I don't know, after that big rainstorm we had, 14 inches this last week,
yeah,
it could be really muddy.
The field's awful wet,
yeah,
and it certainly isn't from the rain, so maybe we had a scouting report that they were pretty fast, and we were trying to slow them down a little.
There you go. That could be it. Let that grass get high.
Back to pass
Another
again.
Right over the middle. Wide open. Like we've got somebody, is that number 12? Giancarlo Bettinelli, I think he was brought down by Swenson.
I'll tell you what, that time he's got 3 big receivers in Bettinelli, who's 6'2", Cliff Little, number 80, is 6'4", and Aaron Byland, 6'4", 3 big targets, and he wants to go to them, and they're having pretty good success here.
4th and about 5. Going for it again. Another pass.
Oh, knocked down.
Knocked down, yeah, broken up there. So the Mustangs are going to take over here on their own 10-yard line, dodge another bullet with 2:53 remaining, first half action.
Well, once again, St. Helena drives down the field to walk away with no points. The Argonaut defense stiffens up when they get inside that red zone. St. Helena's been inside the 20 now 4 times and only have 1 touchdown to show for it. So the Argonaut defense, once they get their backs up against the wall, have come up big.
Okay, if they can generate some offense here, they've got 2 minutes and 50 seconds to try something, first half. Machado wide right.
That time Machado was able to get outside the corner.
I don't know how many yards he got. It's on the far side. He gained about 4 on that play before being brought down by David Binstock. 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs.
St. Helena spreading it out, just moving them down the line, keeping them from that big gainer. Argonaut looking to get something going here with under 3 minutes left to go in the half.
Okay, there's a quick up. Oh, he just about sprung it there, Frank. I'd say that might have been 36 again. Yep, that was Cooster.
They gave it to Cooster that time, the first man through.
Byland with the stop, the big end.
3rd and 2.
Another crucial play here for the Mustangs. 2:13 left, first half action. And it's Machado right side again.
Oh, he's got the first down and more.
Squirted through on that one, kind of put his head down and let her rip.
And off to number 32, Steve Machado. Brought down by number 73, Wayne Dixon.
Argonaut's going to call a timeout.
Okay, and that was Eli Montano was down right with Machado next to him when he was on the ground, so you got to figure that the linemen are blocking way up the field. He was up there 10, 12 yards. Brings up a first down and a timeout.
The Mustangs take a timeout with 2:03 left in the half.
Well, listen, Frank, I'm going to read this and we'll get back to it. When thinking about buying a new or previously owned car or truck, be sure to shop first at Prospect Motors, Amador Toyota in Jackson. Their knowledgeable, courteous sales staff will help you find just what you're looking for and at just the right price. And with a 98
models that rate 9, 4.9, 5.9% on lots of the models in the Chevy Olds Pontiac CAD line. They've got customer rebates up to $3,000. So right now is a great time to come in and look at the remaining 97s, but hurry for best selection because when they're gone, they're gone.
They're gone. That's right. We'll get back on these new cars in a minute. Here we go again. That was an inside handoff, kind of a reverse to Machado on the right side. He's got a first down.
That was a different little look. They faked to the first man through.
Machado
Klinkenbeard was coming around this way, and it was kind of an inside handoff to Machado going back the other way, a misdirection play that looked like caught St. Helena by surprise a little bit, and they've got a 1st and 10 now.
They're up to the line in a hurry here. 1:56 remaining. Whoa, something happened.
Penalty flag on the play.
I think that was Klinkenbeard with the ball.
Illegal procedure.
Procedure against the Mustangs. Anyway, there's no better place than Prospect Motors in Jackson. Proud sponsor of the Game of the Week for 8 big years. That's a long time, Frank. You'd have a used car if it was 8 years old, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'm waiting for the new GTOs to come out. So.
Here we go. 1st and 15, now minute 54 left in the half. Argonaut trying to move down and get some points here before halftime.
We've got a pass. Wide open, just short, was number 40, Kenny Karp. I think number 80 was in on that.
I think that was the first pass that Argonauts attempted, and number 80, Cliff Little, the 6'4", big receiver, also playing on defense. He couldn't quite get that one over his head, almost picked it off. So Argonaut caught a little break here.
If he was 5'4", he probably would have had a touchdown. But the defender is a foot taller than that, so all for naught. 2nd and about 14. Machado again, a little mix-up in the backfield, but he's still on his feet.
Another inside handoff, gains about 5 yards. But it's going to set up a 3rd and 10, and the clock's ticking down to less than a minute 30 left in the half. And it looks like Argonaut's going to be content in letting this go down. I don't know how many timeouts they have left, Jim, but
bringing in a play from the sideline was number 2, Mike Macholik.
They're taking their time getting out of the huddle, so it looks like they're going to be they're going to settle with this 8-6 lead, take it into half, and see if they can regroup a little bit.
Okay, we got some running room here. Number 22 is Klinkenbeard. Kind of a late hit here. We saw that last week, and they just don't seem to be calling it, but Klinkenbeard manages to stop the clock out of bounds after a first down run.
Klinkenbeard took the pitch and came to the wide side of the field, and he just ran out of field to turn that corner. They kept stretching him out, made a nice gain on the play.
We've got a lot of action right here by, I think Coach Davis is right in yelling at the referee. He threw one flag, then he threw his hat, so I guess that's a double penalty. But I think the guy, if we have a replay on that, this guy was hit out of bounds, Klinkenbeard.
Well, I think Coach Davis was complaining that there should have been a late hit on that, and the referee didn't agree with him, it looks like.
Didn't agree with him once, he didn't agree with him twice.
So now, they're going to march off big penalty here against the Mustangs.
And Coach Davis hands him his hat, hands him his flag, and tells him to speed on.
Yeah, hands him his hat, all right.
That's going to be about 30 yards worth. I imagine two 15-yard penalties is going to bring 30, huh?
Yeah, it looks like two double penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct sends the Mustangs back 30 yards. And they're asking for the change to be brought back because it was after the play and they had gotten a first down. I'm not too sure I understand why they're doing this. The play was over when the penalty was called, so the ball was down there where it should have been 1st and 10, and then the yardage should have been tacked onto that to make it 1st and 40. I'm not sure exactly why they brought the chains back. There's a flag on the play. It looked like somebody jumped.
Getting a little bit ugly here with 54 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why they brought the flags all the way back, the sticks, to make it 1st and 10 after the penalty. That looks like another offsides call against St. Helena. But anyway, that was the call after the two 15-yard penalties.
Okay, we've
officials timeout.
Referee timeout here, and he's going to check with the guy, and probably the guy's asking him if he's ever had to throw a flag.
The St. Helena coach is asking about why they moved the chains back, because I don't understand it either. The officials are over there trying to explain to him, but I'm sure that's what they're talking about. Because the play was over, it was a first down from the spot, the penalties are tacked on after the play, the flags should not have been carried back. The chain should have stayed where it was, and it should have become a 1st and 40.
Right.
And I'm sure that's what the St. Helena coach is questioning the officials about now. So this last minute and 23 seconds is
turning into an eternity.
It's like the last minute, 23 seconds of a pro basketball game.
They must have understood why they did it.
Okay.
Well, the explanation over.
Hopefully he understands where it's 1st and 10 from the Mustang 22-yard line.
No, it's a 2nd and 5.
Down there we go. Now we've got a timeout called by the Mustangs. Listen, while we
wait, here comes.
Now we get let's see, off. No, that was timeout Mustangs. Okay, while we straighten things out here, we're going to take a little break and going to be right back with the last 54 seconds of the first half. Okay, we're back. 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs, and we're still talking about things out here. Okay, the referee is now he's getting mad at the linesman there.
Now they're saying it's 1st down. The St. Helena coach is back on the field. I'm not too sure.
They better just call this thing and go in for halftime and regroup.
Well,
okay.
There's a lot of the fans now are starting to yell because everybody's confused out there in what's going on.
Well, evidently the referee isn't, because he's sitting back here watching everybody else. Here we go.
Oh, there's a big break through the line.
That's Kuster.
Kuster took the quick hitter right up the middle, busted through into the secondary.
Now they're hurrying up to the line. 47 seconds.
For a big gain. I'll tell you what, moving those chains spikes the ball to kill the clock.
The clock stops for the chains to move, but as soon as they were in position, they weren't in position, they hiked it,
well,
centered the ball.
Once the official steps off the ball, that tells the offense that they can start the play. I think the officials are a little bit
wacko.
Well, I think they're a little bit confused too, and they just want this 47 seconds to go away so they can start the second half on a fresh note.
Okay, 2nd and 10. Here we go. Machado. Whoa. Now what are we going to get here?
There's a late flag. Now, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Let me tell you something. Keith Davis, that was a payback call. That was a late flag. Number 80, Cliff Little, drove Klinkenbeard all the way out of bounds. But I think the coaching staff yelled again because it was a late flag that came in from the head official, and that was a call that the argument that Davis put up before he got that one.
He just gave somebody the sign. I don't know if it was thrown out of the game or what, but he was looking right at Coach Traverso. No.
Yeah, it's an unsportsmanlike conduct, a personal foul against number 80 of St. Helena.
Maybe he was telling Traverso he finally got the call right then.
So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty against St. Helena that's going to move the ball to the 39-yard line where the Mustangs will have it 1st and 10 with 43 seconds remaining in the first half.
This is a long 57 seconds. Okay, 1st and 10. 40-yard line of the Mustangs, of the Saints. Same play again, Machado to the left side.
Machado, the pitch this time over the short side of the field. See, now he made a mistake there to get tackled right there. You know, you need to be thinking to get that ball out of bounds.
Okay, brings up a 2nd and 4, 30 seconds remaining.
Well, now they stopped the clock.
He was out of bounds.
Well, it was, then they stopped it late because I looked at it specifically because they didn't signal he was out of bounds and 3 more seconds ticked off. Then they stopped it. So he must have got out of bounds on there. Brings up a 2nd and 4 from the 33-yard line.
This March, everything's been to the short side of the field too, Frank, on the left side, so maybe they'll fool him and go right. Number 40's almost broke the play there. Number 40, Kenny Karp.
Kenny Karp made a nice catch. He juggled the ball on the pass from Jordan Smith for a 1st down for the Mustangs.
Making a stop, number 14, Eric Rich, but he was the only one that could have stopped him, or it would have been pay dirt.
The clock stops for the moving of the chains, and then Argonaut takes a timeout. So with 25 seconds left, Argonaut's got the ball on the 17-yard line looking for points before the end of the half.
We might say that 2nd quarter action of the game of the week is proudly brought to you by Amador Health Education for HIV and AIDS prevention, a community resource of information, education, and assistance through services and projects, available to help you and your family make informed decisions about the issues relating to HIV and AIDS prevention. For further information regarding the AIDS/HIV prevention education services, please call 223-6638.
Again, Jim, we'd like to congratulate Tasha Gibbs, who was the homecoming queen, the 1997 Argonaut homecoming queen, and Eli Montano, the homecoming king. So congratulations to Tasha and Eli.
And to Linda Marinez and the pep squad who put everything together. I was talking to one of my cohorts in crime, Bob Marinez, and said they put in hours of work on this thing. So good job, everybody involved. Okay, now what are we waiting for here?
The officials over there talking to the St. Helena bench, telling them that they need to stay within the boundaries of the bench. They were sliding down there, so here we go, 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Oh,
reverse.
Oh, he's got the corner. No,
Cut it up, he's in. There it is, 17-yard run by Machado. No flags on the play.
There was just too much field there for the defender to get him. Machado had the ball, and that corner was too big.
With his quickness, you could just see it developing.
So 17-yard touchdown on an inside reverse to Machado, and Argonaut somehow, after 30 yards in penalties with 1:23 to go, things turn around and they score on a 17-yard run by Machado with 18 seconds left to go in the half. So I don't know, Jim. But
17-yard run by Steve Machado.
Argonaut's going to go for 2. Back to pass, thrown over the middle high.
That was intended for number 40, Kenny Karp. He was open, but a little bit over his head. We're going to be back for the maybe the last 18 hours, not 18 seconds, for the kickoff of the Mustangs. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Okay, back deep for the kickoff for the Saints. Dave Menigan, number 21, and number 3, John Leah. Kicking off, Kuster for the Mustangs.
Kick's going to go to Leah, about the 15-yard line.
Boom! Hey, what a play there. Number 60 in on it. That's Josh Bullard. Is that number 22 is Klinkenberg, maybe?
Looks like 33, I think.
Dustin Blaishaw.
Dustin Blaishaw. Believe it or not, folks, we still have 12 seconds left in this half, where St. Helena will operate with 12 seconds left, a 1st and 10, the ball resting on the 18-yard line.
Now, we were talking about those big ends, Frank, and they're coming out both split, number 80 and 86.
They've got Byland split out to the left and Little split out to the right. They're 2 big 6'4" receivers, so you know that's where they're going to be looking.
And the Mustang...
And there they go, going down to number 86. Oh, he got it.
He's got it.
The clock's ticking. It looks like St. Helena must be... Oh, they got to stop it to move the chains.
3 seconds left.
Well, that wasn't a surprise, or shouldn't have been to anybody. They knew where the ball was going, to one of their big 6'4" receivers, and another nice pass.
Yeah.
Byland managing to get behind the secondary for a completion up to the 48-yard line. So they've got 3 seconds, so we have one more play left for St. Helena in this half, and I bet I know where the ball's going to go.
14-6 in favor of the Mustangs right now.
You think the Mustangs going to throw in their dime package now with all their DBs?
They better dump some people back there, that's for sure. Climb on each other's shoulder pads. Anyway, a little recap here on the scoring. First quarter with 7:02 remaining. A 54-yard run for the Mustangs by Josh Kuster. And the other scoring for the Mustangs tonight, just about, it seems like ages ago, but I think it was about 14 seconds ago. 17-yard run by Steve Machado. Machado also got the PAT on that first touchdown, bringing it to 14-6 in favor of the Mustangs, with Coach Gary Taberso, defensive coordinator, strolling off the field.
You know, Jim, I'll tell you what, it's 5 minutes to 10, and the first half is just coming to a close here. I don't know what time their homecoming dance is supposed to get over, but I'm not sure they're going to get there in time for it to end.
Well,
last play of the half, the big receiver, number 86, Byland, split out to the right. Oh, they're going to do a double pass.
We've got a guy open right here.
That was a forward pass, Jim.
Oh, you don't...
Oh, he got it down. It's not a touchdown. Time expires. He tackled him on the 1-foot line.
No way. He didn't make it in.
I'm telling you what.
But how come the gun went off?
The gun went off when the time expired, when he was about at the 20-yard line, and there was a shoestring tackle to bring him down on the 1-foot line to save the touchdown. But, Jim, on that double pass there, it was right in front of us, and we were looking right down the yard line, and that first pass was a forward pass. Those were 2 forward passes, and that play should not have been allowed. But it was, and the saving tackle was made, so.
I think Keith is over there. Coach Davis is telling the ref exactly what he thinks. But anyway, hey, get ready for second half action. We're going to be right back. 14-6 in favor of the Mustangs. Please stay tuned.
We know what you want in a used vehicle. Safety, dependability, cleanliness, and at the right price. Hi, this is Frank Halverson for Prospect Motors and Amador Toyota, inviting you to come down and check out our huge selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. All vehicles come with a free 30-day warranty. High quality at low prices. So why buy anywhere else? That's Prospect Motors and Amador Toyota, your Chevrolet, Oldsmobile, Pontiac, Cadillac, Buick, and Toyota dealer, the family dealership that treats you like family.
and Air, Heating and Air.
I'm Billy Ray Cyrus. Come in and let me show you how much fun you can have at Jackson Rancheria Casino and Hotel.
Join us in October and try your hand at all casino table games for a chance to win $500 an hour. Play our video poker machines and you could win a 97 Honda Quad Runner. And this month, you can stay in our luxurious new hotel with rooms as low as $39 midweek. For more information, call 1-800-822-WINN.
He plays to stay in play.
I own an auto repair center, and when it comes to helping people make good decisions about their cars, I recommend All Pro Auto Parts. Look, cars don't break down on schedule. When I need quality parts to get a car back on the road, All Pro Auto Parts comes through with expert service, a great selection, competitive prices, and convenient hours. I depend on All Pro because my customers depend on me. So when you need an auto parts specialist, whether it's in my garage or yours, shop where I shop, All Pro Auto Parts.
Your All-Pro dealer is ATI Parts Stores with 2 convenient locations, Sutter Hill and Pine Grove.
Imagine your jewelry changing, being redesigned right before your eyes. From original creations to the restyling of heirlooms, your ideas come alive at Golden Gems in Sutter Creek with Gem Vision, the only computer-aided Gem Vision system in Northern California. At Golden Gems, there's no guessing. You actually see the finished piece before any work is done. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and the service is free. Gem Vision at Golden Gems.
The Rainbow Water Store in Mother Lode Plaza, Highway 49 Jackson, has refillable containers conveniently sized to meet your family's individual needs. They have home delivery service and a water dispensing station outside their store. Rainbow Water, where dreams of an inexpensive, great-tasting beverage really do come true.
Amador Motors in Sutter Creek announces their huge inventory reduction sale on Dodge trucks, Jeep Grand Cherokees, and Chrysler, Dodge, and Plymouth vans. With over 40 trucks available, V10s, diesels, club cabs, 2- and 4-wheel drive. Over 20 Jeeps available, and over 20 of the #1 selling minivans in the world, with up to $2,000 in customer incentives available.
And remember, we will meet or beat any advertised price in Northern California. So why buy anywhere else? That's Amador Motors, your Chrysler, Dodge, Plymouth, Jeep, and Eagle dealer, Main Street, Sutter Creek.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now back to our sports show and the game of the week with sportscasters Jim Vinciguerra and Frank Halverson.
Well, we're back with second half action, folks. The second quarter of the game of the week, or second half of the game of the week, is brought to you by Mountain Air Heating and Air, your Bryant dealer. From complete new home heating and air conditioning installation to simple upgrades, remodeling, and service, Mountain Air does it all. They service both residential and commercial accounts, offering annual maintenance contracts and free estimates. Call Mountain Air Heating and Air at 296-7497 for all your heating and air conditioning needs. Again, 14-6 in favor of the Mustangs, bringing up second half action.
Argonaut to receive the kick. Andy Klinkenbeard, number 22, and Steve Machado, number 32, back to receive the kickoff. Pretty wild last minute and 23 seconds of that half.
Yeah, we got an elapsed time, 28 minutes. Hopefully the referees have it all together. They had a conference at halftime. Big huddle out here, so.
Aaron Byland kicks off.
Okay, that's going to go to number 22, Klinkenbeard. Oh! Post broke it.
Tripped up at the 35-yard line. Boy, it looked like he was going to go. He shot through there, and somebody got a hold of shoe top and brought him down where the Mustangs will take over. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line.
Might get some stats in here, Frank, as of before this game. Josh Kuser has carried the ball 32 times for close to 500 yards, a 15.5 average per carry, which leads the Sac Joaquin and San Joaquin sections. This is Machado over the right side.
Gain of a couple. He took the pitch. Tackled by number 86, Aaron Byland. We've been calling that number a lot. That guy's everywhere.
That's because he's so tall.
6'4" senior. wide receiver and linebacker. Argonaut up to the line with a 2nd and 8.
Here comes Machado on the right side. Squirts over, cuts up the middle. He's got a first down. I want to see where they spot it here, Frank.
He took the pitch coming over to the right side and cut it back inside for a nice little gain. It looks like they're going to mark it just short of the first down. Going to bring up 3rd and
a half a yard.
So 3rd and less than a yard for the Mustangs. Opening drive of the second half.
Here comes Machado again.
They got it.
Falls forward for the first down.
He just got it. They didn't need much.
Some more stats, Frank. Stevie Machado, who is right behind Kuster in total yardage, has 66 carries for 450 yards, close to a 7-yard per carry average. They both have 5 touchdowns.
Well, I'll tell you, to have 2 running backs through 3 games that have already gained just short of 1,000 yards is pretty impressive numbers.
Okay, first down, Mustangs. Machado right side, squeezes up for about 4 right at the 50-yard line.
Tripped up, lost his footing a little bit coming over. Able to gain about 4 yards on the play. So 2nd and 6 with the ball resting just about on the 50-yard line.
Okay, they like to run this right side with big... Get to it in a minute here.
Kuster up the middle. Breaks the tackle. He could be gone. Nope. Oh, nice tackle by number 80 to save a touchdown. Kuster broke through there, and number 80, Cliff Little, came over to save a touchdown.
That was Little, number 80.
Kuster, they give it to him on that quick hitter right up the middle. He busted through the line, broke 1 tackle, and almost had himself another touchdown there on a saving tackle by Cliff Little of St. Helena.
Close to a 30-yard run for Kuster again.
1st and 10 from the 23-yard line.
Okay, Machado right side.
There's a flag on the play. Usually in the area of offensive holding. Nope.
It's going to go against St. Helena. That might have been a low block, I think, there, Frank, maybe.
Yeah, that looked like the signal.
Hitting below the belt, huh? Hine and Company Used and Rare Books, located on the corner of Water Street in Maine, in historic downtown Jackson, features technical, nonfiction, children's, Western Americana, and first editions. New in November, Hine and Company will open its new coffee house and bookstore across from the Firehouse on Main Street in Jackson. Stop by or call Hine and Company Used and Rare Books at 223-9076.
Well, that's a big penalty there. Moves the ball down to the 9-yard line where the Mustangs will have it 1st and goal. Taking this opening second half kickoff and moving right down the field. You know, their first possession in the first half, they moved right down for their first touchdown, and it looks like they're trying to repeat that right here in the second half.
It looks kind of like it might be a replay here. Machado right side again, follows his block, squeezes through.
Gets down about the 4-yard line.
Number 73 in on the tackle again, Lane Dixon, a junior, 5'11", 190. We've been calling his number.
Got a player down on the field.
I don't know who the player is, but listen, we're going to take a break and be right back after the injury is taken care of. Okay, we're back. That was Steve Machado, who looks like he might have got the wind knocked out of him. Dr. John Adair down there right at the first aid station ready to go. But anyway, Steve's going to take a little break. We're going to get Cisneros in his place, I think. Kuster's still in, along with 22 Klinkenbeard in the backfield and quarterback Smith. Ball resting on about the 4-yard line. 2nd down.
And goal.
They had a
give the Kuster up the middle. the first one through, gets down to about the 2-yard line, it looks like.
So you can see how deep these Mustangs are in running backs, Frank. Cisneros coming in to replace Machado, and there was one other. I was talking to a few people around town. I can't remember his name, but another quick running back. So big-time deepness in the backfield for the Mustangs this year.
Mustangs got it here. 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line.
Again, Kuster right over the quarterback. It's going to be a quick pitch to Cisneros.
Cisneros takes it in for a touchdown.
Makes it look easy at Machado's position.
They ran that same play most of that drive, giving it to Machado on that pitch coming around. They ran the same play this time with Cisneros, who was in for an injured Machado, and Cisneros takes it in for the Mustang touchdown.
Yeah, it is fantastic blocking. You got the horses to carry it, I tell you.
They pull a lot of linemen on that play, and I'll tell you, they got out there in front, and Cisneros had plenty of room on some good blocks by the offensive line to get in for that touchdown.
So, going for 2.
They ran the exact same play again. This time, Cisneros took the ball a little deeper in the backfield, and St. Helena was able to stop the 2-point conversion. So with 8:01 left in the 3rd quarter, look at the scoreboard, shows the Argonaut Mustangs 20 and the St. Helena Saints 6.
Get your shirts, laundry, and dry cleaning professionally done at Jackson Cleaners. They specialize in drapery, leather cleaning, and alterations. The Travascus family features old-fashioned hands-on service and exceptional quality control. Pickup and delivery may be provided. It's Jackson Cleaners, Main Street in Jackson.
Well, Jim, you're going to look now. I think St. Helena is going to really open this thing up with their passing attack to their 2 big receivers. Down 14 points here early in the 3rd quarter. And the last 2 possessions by the Mustangs have ended up in touchdowns. So either the Mustang offense is starting to click and figure out the defensive schemes of the Saints, or they're just overpowering them at this point.
Well, as we said before in the first half, Frank, the big ends, split ends, wide receivers, whatever you want to call them, 6'2", 190, 6'4", 195, and 6'4", 205. We've got Byland, Little, and Giancarlo Bettinelli. So that seems to be the go-to people for the Saints tonight. It's going to go to number 3, John Leah, stacked up in the middle there by...
There was a whole lot of green jerseys in there.
Too many. Mike Donor in there. Number 13 is Robbie Swenson in there.
Danny Meeks and Robbie Swenson were the last 2 to get up the pile there, so they were in on the play. St. Helena is going to take over 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line, down 20-6, with just under 8 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Okay, here we come with a wide receiver out left. That's the big...
number 80.
Junior, Little. Another wide receiver on the right side. We'll get his number in a second. And that's where it's going.
Up, threw it behind him.
That was Adam Alano.
Pass intended for Alano was thrown behind him that time by Beatty.
First bad pass he's had all night.
You know, I don't see Byland in there. I don't know if he was injured on that last series, but I see him over on the sidelines, their big wide receiver and linebacker.
Okay, Alano out to the right side. This time the Little stays in as a tight end. I formation in the backfield. Straight drop back, but it's a draw right up the middle. Hit by number 33. Good blow on that one. That was Dustin Blayshaw. Smacked him. 33.
Nice tackle by Blayshaw. There was a pretty good hole there that they broke through on the draw play, and Blayshaw was right there after a 6-yard gain.
Brings up a 3rd and 4 for the Saints.
Beatty calling the signals.
Double wide receivers. Back to pass. Looks like a
screen.
screen.
Oh, beautiful play. I'll tell you what.
He smelled it. He smelled it.
Andy, isn't that Klinkenbeard?
Yeah, it looks like 22, I think. Yeah, it is.
Klinkenbeard smelled that thing out, and he was just standing there right in front of the running back waiting for that play to happen, and Beatty threw it right in his arms. Interception Mustangs. They'll take over 1st and 10 on the 30, looks like the 32-yard line.
Heads-up play by number 22, Klinkenbeard, the sophomore on the Mustang team.
Klinkenbeard wasn't going for that one.
No, he didn't take the fake.
Perfect position for the interception.
Okay, Klinkenbeard's, I think Machado might be back in at the left side there, too. Here he comes. He's got the ball.
And he's got some running room. Good block. Oh, couldn't quite stay in. A nice block by number 36, Josh Kuster. A nice block by Kuster there to get some extra yards for Machado. Machado came around for a nice gain all the way down, looks like inside the 10-yard line to about the 8-yard line, so a 24-yard pickup on the play. Mustangs have it 1st and goal from the 8.
So Machado wasn't hurt that bad the last series of downs because he ran like usual. Again, same type of play.
Oh, the ball squirts loose. Argonaut falls on it.
Boy, there was a hit there, Frank. I could hear those pads from here.
Boy, I guess there was a white jersey that came flying in. We've got another player injured on the field. There was a collision down there. You could hear the helmets gliding, and we've got an official timeout here, and we'll be right back.
You know who it is? Quarterback. Okay, we're back. That injured player right in your camera there is number 9, the quarterback, Jordan Smith. Looks like he might be favoring his left leg a little bit, Frank.
Robbie Swenson in for the Mustangs to take over for the injured Smith. So Swenson behind center calling the signals.
Okay, we got Machado right side. Hurdles one player, gets down about to the goal line, about on the 2 it looks like, 2 or 3.
Stopped at about the 2-yard line. That's the same play they've been running all of this second half and a lot in the first half. That pitch coming over to the short side to Machado, and they've got it now 3rd and goal from, it looks like, about the 3. So Machado's getting a lot of work.
Again, Robbie Swenson in at quarterback right now for the injured Smith. It's the inside handoff to Machado.
The ball was on the ground there. Looks like it was recovered by St. Helena.
I think number 54 came up with the ball.
54 came up with the ball. I didn't see it pop out. I don't know if it was a bad exchange, but
they're going to take possession, that's for darn sure.
St. Helena recovered the fumble.
In and Out Take and Bake Pizza in Pioneer is home of the 4-pound combo. They're located in Buckhorn Village Center. Homemade sauce and dough made daily. They use fresh ingredients of the finest quality. Make it easy. Use the drive-thru. In and Out Take and Bake Pizza. Call 295-BAKE or 295-2253. Check out their Sutter Creek location on Highway 49 in Sutter Creek with a new extended menu.
Up, there's a mix-up in the backfield. The quarterback and the running back run into each other.
Okay, that was 44, Mario Scalati.
That was a loss of 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 13, ball resting now on the 3-yard line. I believe the Mustangs already have 2 safeties this year.
Well, they're getting in that area right now. Here goes the pass. Wide open, number 80 is Little.
There he is again, that big receiver, Cliff Little, number 80.
Makes it look easy there.
80 drops back and throws right there on a little slant, and he just uses his size to get down to the 25-yard line where St. Helena will have it 1st and 10.
Gain of about 20 on the play.
Byland is still not back in the ball game, number 86 for St. Helena.
Straight up the middle.
Number 44, Mario Scolati with the handoff. Tackled there by number 60, Josh Bullard for Argonaut. You know, I see someone over on the St. Helena bench with a towel over his shoulders. I wonder if that is Byland. Second 5 for St. Helena from the 30-yard line.
Whoa! Hold on. Kuster, number 62, gets a jump there.
Beatty barked with a hard signal and drew Kuster over the line.
And our cameraman number 1 here, Tom, says it's going to be against the Saints because they drew him off.
Well, they're talking about it here. Let's see what the call is. They're going to mark it off against Argonaut, offsides. So that the discussion was, I think they're going to ask for a measurement. Offsides against the Mustangs. Nope, just short. So it's second and less than a yard for the Saints.
Okay, wide receiver out on the right is Alano.
Back to pass.
We're going to pass to him.
Oh, they're going deep. Oh, he turned the wrong way.
He was open. Luckily, number 24, Danny Burton, over there to cover him up a little bit. Prospect Motors, your overall sponsor of the game of the week, is your authorized General Motors dealer in the Motherlode, featuring cars and trucks by Cadillac, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, Chevy, and Geo. Locally owned and operated, community-minded Prospect Motors in Jackson. Third down and inches for the Saints. Same formation as last time.
Quarterback sneak.
Yeah, the lineman didn't even go down in his stance.
There's a flag. Wait, he breaks through the middle. He's still going.
He's going to get caught here.
He's down to the 20, to the 10.
Boom. 24.
Number 24 for the Mustangs, Danny Burton, drags him down. I don't know what happened there. All of a sudden he busted out, but there's a flag way back at the line of scrimmage.
And the referee is saying, hold your horses.
So we'll wait for the call.
He's pointing back towards the flag. Let's get a signal here. It's going to be
hands to the face against the Mustangs, so St. Helena will definitely refuse that call. I'll tell you what, Beatty took that ball on a quarterback sneak, needing less than a yard for the first down. It looked like the play was stopped, and all of a sudden he busted out and he was running by himself. And number 24, Danny Burton, did a good job chasing him down from behind to save the touchdown. But St. Helena will have it first and goal from the 3-yard line. Quite a turn of events. Argonaut had the ball down at their own 3, fumbled, and now St. Helena is taking it all the way down the field, and this could be a big turning point in this game.
90-yard turnaround right here. 14, the big fullback, still on his
touchdown. Gives the second back through, Eric Rich, and he just kept fighting. Cisneros had him wrapped up, but Rich kept fighting. We were watching them wrap him. Finally, he broke that plane of the goal line for a touchdown for St. Helena.
3-yard run with 3:40 left in the third quarter. Again, number 14, Eric Rich on that run.
St. Helena's going to go for 2 here with the score now 20-12. Oh, Beatty throws to the left side of the end zone to his big receiver, Cliff Little, for the touchdown, or for the 2-point conversion, excuse me. That pulls St. Helena within 6 points. Look at the scoreboard, Argonaut Mustangs 20, St. Helena 14, and Jimmy, that was a big turnaround there. The Mustangs were poised to go up by 3 scores. The fumble recovered by St. Helena, and they take it down 97 yards for their own touchdown to pull within 6 points.
And again, it shows you how powerful both these offenses are. Within a matter of what, a minute and a half, they marched over 90 yards for the TD, bringing it 20-14. Now, they're fired up, so the Mustangs are gathered around their special teams coach. Looks like that could be Johnny Adair, Dr. Adair, psyching him up there. Back deep for the Mustangs, Machado and Klinkenbeard. Okay, now, this is where a kicker comes in here, Frank. Kick one in the end zone again and not get one of these speedsters to run it back 40 or 50 yards.
Okay, well, there's number 86 back in the ball game, so he's not hurt. For some reason, they had him out of the offensive series. You know, he was making an awful lot of plays in the defense, and he might have just got tired. They might have took him out just to give him a little rest.
That is Byland. High kick. It's going to be short this time. It's going to go to Klinkenbeard. Wall set up the middle.
He's Klinkenbeard, busted. He's on the 50. He's still on his feet. He's on the outside. He's still going. Brought down at about the 37-yard line. A nice run back by Klinkenbeard.
Oh, making the stop, it looked like number 5, Dave Binstock. Klinkenbeard, let's see, we'll give him 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, about a 56, 57-yard run there.
Look who's back in the game, number 9, Jordan Smith. They brought him over here. They wrapped up, it looked like an ankle, taped it up a little tighter, and he's back out there. So the field general for the Mustangs, number 9.
Here comes Machado, right side. Oh, if he got rid of that block there, Frank, he was gone. If he could have shed that block, the guy that made the tackle.
Number 21, yep. David Minigan for St. Helena makes the stop.
Good Friends Chinese Restaurant has a comfortable, friendly atmosphere with all your traditional Chinese favorites and now sushi. They're offering a 10% discount on takeout for October, November, and December. Call 223-3467. Good Friends Chinese Restaurant.
Okay, we've got a fake, and here comes a pass. Back over to Machado in the flat, just drugged down by number 78. Made a heck of a stop.
There looked to be a little confusion on that play. They faked the pitch to Machado. Smith dropped back and then threw it back to Machado. When you fake to a running back, it's normally to draw the defense that direction and throw another, but that time they faked the pitch to Machado and then threw it back to him anyway. And number 78 from St. Helena, Jason Reed, said nothing doing here.
Okay, third and still 10 for the Mustangs.
Timeout for the Mustangs.
We're going to take a timeout. Good health begins at XL Physical Therapy and XL Fitness Center, located on New York Ranch Road in Jackson. Here you'll find state-of-the-art equipment, free weights, personal trainers, jacuzzi, steam rooms, and physical therapy. Check out the racquetball courts, tanning booths, aerobics classes, daycare, and more. Stop by or call XL Physical Therapy at 223-5669 or XL Fitness Center at 223-3484. And with a timeout, we're going to be right back after these messages. Okay, we're back with third quarter action. Mustangs have the ball, third down and 10 on the St. Helena 34. That's Kuster.
Every time they get in that third down situation, they try to give it that quick popper in the middle of Kuster. He broke that one in the first half for the long touchdown, but not enough there. It's going to bring up a fourth down.
58, Matt Ward, a little slow getting up there, but he's going to tough it out, get back to the huddle.
Smith looking over to the sidelines, wanting to know, what are we doing, Coach? We're going to go for it? Looks like they're going to go for it on fourth down. Number 31, Mike Donner, in with the play. So 4th and 7 for the Mustangs from the 34-yard line, and they're going to go for it with 2:03 left in the third quarter.
Klinkenbeard right, Machado left, and it's going to go to Klinkenbeard. He's got to cut up to get that first down.
I don't think he got it, Jim.
I don't think so. So it looks like the St. Helena Saints will take over on downs.
Kuster was out in front there leading with the block, but the defender did a good job just sliding to the outside to not give him that corner, and the Mustangs were stopped short on that fourth down play. So St. Helena takes over, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line.
B&H Electric Incorporated are a commercial and an industrial electrical contractor. They're proud to sponsor and participate in activities for youth all over Amador County. Stop by Tim Finch, B&H Electric Incorporated, proud sponsors of the Game of the Week. Straight drop back.
Oh, he's in trouble. He's sacked.
Did he flop or what? Let me see. Oh.
Who was that? That was number 40.
Kenny Karp.
Kenny Karp shot in there. I mean, sacked the St. Helena quarterback, Adam Beatty.
He didn't know what hit him, and I mean, I never seen the guy fall that fast. I mean, it was like something was cut out underneath him. Did a dive to the ground.
A loss of 4 yards on the play, bringing up 2nd and 14. High formation.
Tried to bark it offside. We're going to get a draw here up the middle. Not too much on that one's going to bring up... Whoa, we've got a marker going in there, Frank.
Number 3, John Leah on the draw.
We've got a big yellow hanky out there, so...
Look for the call. Face mask against the Mustangs is the call.
That's going to hurt there.
That's going to give St. Helena a first down, I believe.
Big time hurt.
Where they would have had them 3rd and long, but as they step off the penalty, they're going to move the chains.
40 seconds left in 3rd quarter action.
Moves the ball up to the 46-yard line where St. Helena will have it 1st and 10.
Straight I formation. Quick count by the offense. Pile up in the middle. That was a straightforward play.
Whole stack of green jerseys there. I didn't get a number on.
Yeah, Beatty with a keeper, I think, on that play.
Right. Looks like he gained a couple, bring up 2nd and 8.
Kenny Karp back in for the Mustangs. And out comes Mike Macholik.
Beatty back to pass. He's looking deep.
Ooh, I thought they shot number 1 over there. That was Adam Milano again. Intended for him, but incomplete. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Look at the scoreboard shows. The Argonaut Mustangs 20, St. Helena Saints 14. This 3rd quarter of the Game of the Week has been proudly brought to you by Mountain Air Heating and Air, your Bryant dealer. From complete new home heating and air conditioning installation to simple upgrades, remodeling, and service, Mountain Air does it all. They service both residential and commercial accounts, offering annual maintenance contracts and free estimates. Call Mountain Air Heating and Air at 296-7497 for all your heating and air conditioning needs. Well, we're going to be right back after these messages with 4th quarter action. Stay tuned.
Take some of the work out of those big cleanup jobs. Call Aces today, and they will drop off and pick up either their 3-yard porta-bin or, for those bigger jobs, the 20-yard debris box. It's easy. Call Aces at 296-2237. Aces, your waste collection and recycling leader.
It's these people at Campbell Chevron that make sure you get great service. It's that simple. We've been in business 27 years under the same ownership. We're experienced, we work hard, and we keep up with technology. Save yourself some bucks, get it done right the first time and with a smile. Campbell's has 24-hour damage-free towing, and now we are known as the Brake Stop, offering a lifetime warranty on brake pads and shoes. Campbell Chevron, the Brake Stop.
When I grow up, I want to be a track star.
No one ever says, I want to be a junkie when I grow up.
I want to be a ballerina.
Yet thousands of kids let getting high make a mess of their lives.
I want to be a nurse.
Don't let drugs get in the way of your dreams.
When
it's time for retirement, will you be ready? With rising income to stay ahead of inflation, strategies to minimize taxes, cash reserves for unexpected expenses, financial security to enjoy the retirement you deserve. It's never too early to start planning for retirement. Edward D. Jones & Company has the solutions you need. For convenient personal service, call your local investment representative today.
Your local investment representative is Dan Young in Jackson. Call 223-0198.
You spot it, we blot it. Johnny on the spot carpet cleaners. You get it dirty, we get it clean. It's our job. We do it well. Call us at 223-1093. Reasonably priced, good quality, dependable carpet cleaning for the mother load.
We know what you want in a used vehicle. Safety, dependability, cleanliness, and at the right price. Hi, this is Frank Halverson for Prospect Motors and Amador Toyota, inviting you to come down and check out our huge selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. All vehicles come with a free 30-day warranty, high quality at low prices. So why buy anywhere else? That's Prospect Motors and Amador Toyota, your Chevrolet, Oldsmobile, Pontiac, Cadillac, Buick, and Toyota dealer, the family dealership that treats you like family.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now back to our sports show and the game of the week with sportscasters Jim Vinciguerra and Frank Halverson.
Okay, we're back with fourth quarter action. The fourth quarter of the game of the week is brought to you by Amador County's waste management leader, ACES Waste and Recycling Services. Are located in Pine Grove and serve customers all over the county. Now we got a mix-up here in the chain gang, but
well, they changed directions here to start the fourth quarter, but they didn't switch the chains around. So now that they've got that handled, looks like we're ready to go. You know, I'm really surprised, Jim, that St. Helena hasn't tried to exploit the Mustang defense with those two big receivers in the second half.
Yeah, we were just talking about that between the break here. Well, let's have something here, guys.
Number 36 come in, and
that was Kuster.
Grabs a hold of Beatty, takes him down. That was a big play right there. It was third down. Now the Saints are going to be forced to punt.
Big play by Kuster. And back deep for the Mustangs for the punt. Looks like Klinkenbeard. And number 12, Robbie Swenson.
13, I think.
13,
Danny Meeks.
Okay, we'll give it to Meeks.
No, there's 13
Robbie,
on the sideline, so
it's Robbie Swenson, number 12.
I apologize, Jim, for correcting you. I should have known that you wouldn't have made a mistake like that.
Never again. Okay, hang time, and
the Mustangs are all backing away from it.
Get a bounce.
St. Helena gets a nice little bounce where they down the ball down on the 23-yard line, where the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10.
Not much pressure there by the Mustang front line to get in on that punter. Had lots of time and plus a lot of hang time.
I think the punter thought for a minute maybe he ought to do something else with it. He stood back there and says, wow. But he decided to go ahead and kick it, and he got a nice little roll on it. So the Mustangs will take over from their 23-yard line to start the fourth quarter.
20-14 in favor of the Mustangs. Going for their third win of the season. And right now they're 2 wins, no losses, 1 tie. That tie last week against, who did we play last week? 42-42. Lincoln from north of Roseville.
Machado gets the pitch again. Short gain.
And Tom's getting mad at the refs over here. They're having long whistles.
Two-yard pickup on the play brings up 2nd and 8. The Mustangs could use a nice long drive here, eat up some clock.
Right. This is Kuster over the left side on an inside handoff. Geez, smothered by about 5 or 6 Saints.
Number 80, Cliff Little, and number 43, Derek Hamlin.
Little's limping a little bit after that tackle. Boy, I don't think he's been off the field this whole game.
No, he hasn't. Short gain on the play brings up 3rd and 5.
Boy, 3 and out isn't what we want right here, Jim. I'll tell you what, only ahead by 6 points.
Pretty important play here. Machado kind of bobbles the ball right at the handoff there.
He's not going to get close to first down there. It's going to be 4th down, and Argonaut's going to have to punt. In comes number 2, Mike Michalik, excuse me, number 31, Mike Donner, along with number 22, Andy Klinkenbeard. 4th down for the Mustangs.
Smith's still hobbling in the backfield here. He's going to punt this ball, so I hope it isn't his punting foot that got hurt a few plays ago.
Looks like he's got looks like tape around that left ankle.
Barely gets it away. Short kick.
Or he's going to come up and field it.
That took some guts there, Frank.
Well, I'll tell you what, for him not to make a fair catch on that, that was a turnover waiting to happen.
Yep.
Coming up and trying to get that ball with all those Mustangs around.
Now, we got another flag that came out way, way late. What was that call there?
I don't have any idea what that signal was. Personal foul. Personal foul of some kind, it looks like. They're marching off 15 yards.
They're going to get...
and St. Helena's going to have the ball 1st and 10 from the Mustang 29-yard line, only trailing by 6 points here with 9 minutes left in the game. So a turn of events here, and St. Helena is right in this game with a short field to work with.
29 yards for pay dirt.
There he goes back to the big receiver, number 80, and he overthrew that ball.
Aces Waste and Recycling Services owners base their operation in Pine Grove, but this locally owned operation serves customers countywide. In fact, most of the owners live in Jackson. They've provided dependable, courteous service to Amador County for more than 20 years. Contact Aces for home waste pickup. Or you can bring your garbage to the Pine Grove Transfer Station. For more information, call Aces at 296-2237.
You know, St. Helena's got Cliff Little at 6'4", split out, and Kenny Cottrell has got the assignment to guard him at 5'8".
I tell you, he got hit by the long arm of the law. I think that was 62. Kuster just kind of drugged down there.
2-yard loss on the play. So Argonaut defense trying to meet the challenge here. St. Helena has it 3rd and 12. So big 2 downs here. I'm sure St. Helena is going to go on 4th down from the 31-yard line. So Argonaut needs to hold for 2 more downs. Draw, quarterback draw.
Got some room.
Short of the 1st down, there's a late flag comes in.
That may be
thrown from way back.
Holding
against St. Helena.
Well, that's going to bring it back, and that would be excellent opportunity there for the Mustangs with that 15-yard penalty.
They had a nice gain on that play on the quarterback draw. Would have brought up 4th and short. But the holding penalty is going to march them back to give them 3rd down again.
And long. Fat Freddy's, located on historic Main Street in Jackson, is your hot dog, Polish sausage, and hot links place. Also fried veggies, fish and chips, Hawaiian shaved ice, and 4-scoop milkshakes. Stop by and check out the menu or call in your order. It's Fat Freddy's in Jackson, 223-2525.
Well, that penalty is going to move the Saints all the way back to the 38-yard line and make it 3rd and 19.
Okay, double receivers on the right side here. We've got one Mustang to cover 2 people.
Beatty back to pass, and he's looking for number 1 over here on the right side.
Adam
Alano, and he threw that ball out of bounds. Didn't have any chance of completing that. Well covered on the play by number 24, Danny Burton.
Looks like the quarterback on that play there, Frank, didn't get his footing. I don't know if it can be getting wet out there, but
Well,
it looks like he's
the field looks very wet. I don't know why. God knows we certainly haven't had any rain since last January, and I think it would have dried out by now. But St. Helena's going to punt here.
Well, they're going
to
to
the 4th and 19.
Let's watch for a fake. We've got nobody deep here for the Mustangs at all. It's on the 50-yard. He takes his time again. That's going to be a tough one to...
They're going to down that on about the 6-yard line.
Excellent kick. Or punt. Anyway, the Mustangs are going to take over inside their 10-yard line with 7:34 remaining in this game. Prospect Motors in Jackson is your authorized General Motors dealer in the Mother Lode, featuring cars and trucks by Chevy, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, and Cadillac. Also Geo. It's fall time. It's fall, and that means that the 98s are arriving daily. Now's the time to come in and take advantage of the great savings on remaining 97s in stock. Give them a call. Locally owned and operated, community-minded Prospect Motors in Jackson. Okay, quick up the middle. That's usually Kuster on that side.
Well, the Mustang defense came up big that time to turn back St. Helena, and the penalty helped. So they take it over now with 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and they're back deep in their own territory. They need to make a couple first downs here and eat up a little clock. So
chew up a little clock and hopefully go in with a victory. 2nd and about 7.
Jordan Smith brings the Mustangs up to the line.
And Jordan Smith is not at 100%. We know that.
Machado gets the handoff.
22, that might have been
Klinkenbeard?
Klinkenbeard or Machado. We saw it too. That's Klinkenbeard, 22. So he gets a gain of about maybe 2 on the play.
Well, 3rd and long here from the 10-yard line.
It's like another injury here. That's number 80 again, Frank.
He's been hobbling around the last couple series.
Cliff Little.
He's probably a little bit tired, and that's when injuries occur. So the Mustangs have it 3rd and 4, and they just need a first down.
Big play.
Give to Kuster up the middle.
That was that inside handoff, I think, and it's not going to be a first down. I know that.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Mustangs are going to have to punt here, and St. Helena should get the ball back in good field position with over 5 minutes left to go here in the ball game, down by only 6 points.
Again, Smith back, and he's hobbling on that, favoring that left leg quite a bit. It's going to be a tough situation for a high school kid to be put here with an injury tonight, having to punt it out of your own end zone.
Good snap.
That's
low kick.
That's okay, though. That's okay.
Oh, it gets by the return man, number 21, David Menigan, and rolls all the way down to the 46-yard line, where St. Helena will take over 1st and 10 with 5:08 left in the game, trailing by 6 points.
That punt right there, you could just about see it skidding on the ground. All it had to do was get past the punt return man, and you knew it was going to get a heck of a roll. That ball traveled close to 60 yards on the ground.
By the time it's up, when it hit, it skipped.
Yep.
And it went right by the return man, number 21, David Menigan, and a good break for the Mustangs here. Give themselves a little breathing room. So St. Helena is 55 yards away from a go-ahead touchdown.
Right up the middle.
That play went absolutely nowhere. Right in front of the booth here.
They're still unpiling. Josh Bullard in on that stop, along with a host of Mustangs.
You know, St. Helena does not have a lot of players on their squad. Looking across the field, they don't have a lot of guys over there on the bench, and I think fatigue is setting in somewhat. They've got a lot of people playing both ways, and I think they're a little tired out there right now.
Okay, double wides. That's intended for number 80.
There's
Lewis.
a flag, roughing the passer. We're going to get a personal foul here against the Mustangs for roughing the passer. They're trying to work that combination of Cliff Little, their 6'4" receiver, against the 5'8" cornerback for the Mustangs, Kenny Cottrell. Ball was well overthrown, but the roughing the passer penalty is going to tack 15 closer to that goal line.
Boy, Frank, you talk about fatigue setting in. I was just watching the linemen for the St. Helena Saints here, and they were sucking wind something bad. Down on one knee, just going for it. And they weren't tying their shoes either. No, they weren't tying their shoes. No. First and 10.
Well, after the penalty, St. Helena's got the ball on the Mustang 40-yard line. First and 10.
Quick pass again.
Oh, hammered by number 60. 62. Jesse Kuster came through and just nailed Adam Beatty.
Now he better start tying his shoe.
Wow. Big play for the Mustang defense right there. Well, a loss of 5 on the play. Back to the 45-yard line to set up second and 15.
Okay, now we got the speedster over here. Alano along with the big tight end.
Cliff Little. He's hobbling. He's tired. And he hasn't been that effective in this second half. He's tired and he's limping. Draw play. Oh, nice defense there. He was slowed down first by number 55, Roger Wilson, then finished off Kuster again with some help from Mike Miselek. Nice defensive play by the Mustangs. 2 plays in a row, another loss to bring St. Helena all the way back to the 48-yard line to bring up a 3rd and 18.
Jesse Kuster tonight holding down the middle of that Argonaut defense.
Well, Roger Wilson shot through there and got an arm on him and slowed him down, and then Kuster just was there to finish him off.
3rd and long.
There we go with this double pass play again. Nope, it's not there, so he's going to keep it. He's going to be well short of the first down.
In on the stop, number 33, making the first hit was Dustin Blayshaw.
That was the exact same play they did to end the first half, where they threw the pass to Cliff Little, and then Little threw it to Byland, who got tackled at the half-yard line to save a touchdown. The exact same play, only this time Byland wasn't in the game, and number 1, Adam Alano, was the receiver. Little didn't see anything there, so he kept it himself, but well short of the first down to bring up a 4th and 13.
That was not a forward pass this time, too, Frank. That was looked like a clean play from the start.
Timeout by St. Helena. A little mix-up, a big play here with 4th down, and they're
going to have to talk it over. Listen, Hooks Detailing, located on Sutter Hill, offers the finest in auto and marine care. They feature washing, waxing, polishing, color sanding, and buffing for autos, boats, trucks, RVs, and fifth wheels. Call Hooks Detailing at 29267-1120 or 1-800-805-9923. And we were talking last night at the car show to Sean, who's got Hooks Detailing, located in Sutter Hill. He says, stop by. They're real busy, but new business in town, getting started, and all the local Amador motherlode cruisers go over there, so it can't be that bad a place. So give Sean a call or stop by with your car for all your auto detailing.
Well, this could be the ball game right here. St. Helena's got the ball, 4th down, 12 to go with 1:34 left in the ball game, only trailing by 6 points. If the Mustangs can stand up here and stop them and get the ball back with under 1:30 left in the game, they should be able to run the clock out.
If all that's set up, Frank, we'll be home by 1:30.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So here we go, 4th and 12. The crowd's on their feet.
Big play. One's in motion. That's Alano. Got to be a pass.
Beatty's going to keep it himself. He's got a long way to go. He's not going to get it.
Okay.
He's not going to get it.
No flags, so I think the Mustangs will take over.
So the Mustangs hold.
Okay, the stadium announcer says Klinkenbeard made that push out on the side, and they're going to take over.
I'll tell you what, he made a gallant effort, Beatty, the quarterback for St. Helena, to try to make that first down on the 4th and 12, but came up a little bit short. Mustangs take over with less than 1:25 left in the ball game, and they should be able to just run this clock right out, Jim.
Grind it right out. Okay, get over, pull back, sit down.
Give to Kushner up the middle. Oh, that was close to breaking it.
They want to give it up yet. Kushner first down.
He busted through there for about 12 yards, and I'll tell you what, it was awful close to going all the way.
And you know what? I think that the Saints were just camped down there waiting for him to run out the clock, and boom, it's a quick opening. Good for about 12.
He hits that hole in a hurry, I'll tell you. Kuster at 5'11", 195 pounds. He gets in that hole quick.
Strong back.
Same play again.
Let him rip. Good for about 5 or 6. The quarterback club at Argonaut is the athletic booster club for the high school. In the past 2 years, over $16,000 has been donated to both girls and boys athletic programs. This active group welcomes your involvement, support, and contributions. They meet at 7 p.m. on the second Tuesday of each month at the Pizza Factory, Main Street in Jackson. For quarterback club information, give Pat Crew a call at Jackson Tire. It's 223-3300 and
3000.
3300.
Well, I believe it's 3,000.
Well, anyway, give Pat a call. Don't call Larry Blank, and give Pat a call at Jackson Tire.
38 seconds left here in the ball game. Timeout on the field, and Argonaut, they've got 1, maybe 2 plays left. If they can hold on to the ball, they're going to get their 3rd victory of the season with no losses and 1 tie to win this homecoming ball game.
Okay, a quick recap of scoring tonight, folks. First quarter with 7:02 remaining was Argonaut, a 54-yard run by Josh Kuster, and the PAT was good by Machado. And with 4:17 left, St. Helena had a 17-yard pass to number 80. That was Little, making it 8-6. The PAT was unsuccessful. Second quarter, 17-yard run by Steve Machado made it 14-6. Third quarter, Cisneros with a 2-yard run, and also a 3-yard run by Eric Rich of St. Helena brings the score to 20-14.
Kuster again on the same play that they've run on this possession for the 3rd time in a row. Gets the first down as he breaks through for about a 7-yard gain. 1st and 10, there's 32 seconds left on the clock. It looks like the Mustangs have this 1997 homecoming game wrapped up. Timeout on the field. St. Helena takes a timeout with 27 seconds remaining, but this one's all but history.
A reminder, the 4th quarter of the game of the week is being proudly brought to you by Aces Waste and Recycling Services in Pine Grove. Amador County's leader in waste management, locally owned and operated. They offer garbage pickup at your home, or they invite you to bring your garbage and recyclables to the transfer station in Pine Grove. For more information, call Aces Waste and Recycling Services at 296-ACES or 296-2237.
Well, Jim, it's 11:05. There's 27 seconds left on the clock, and you know what?
We'll be home on Sunday.
We could be out of here by Sunday.
Yep. Well, let's see. Tonight's Friday night. Well, we'll be home by Saturday. And I don't know who took the timeout. St. Helena.
St. Helena took the timeout. I think
I was going to say the Argonaut.
Well, you wouldn't think Argonaut took it, did you?
Well, maybe they're going to run a sneak play here. You know, put something in there and ring it up.
All right, this should do it here. This should be the last play of the ball game. I believe St. Helena's all out of timeouts. Argonaut has the ball on the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. They're just going to kneel down on it. Jordan Smith takes a knee.
And that'll wrap it up because there's 20 seconds remaining in the game. Now, what are the refs doing here?
They're just going to spot the ball. The clock ticks down, 14-13.
Well, it looks as though Keith Davis's Argonaut Mustangs are going to take home another victory, bringing their record to 3 wins, no losses, and 1 tie. That was last week's 42-42 game against Lincoln. Listen, folks, that's it for the game of the week. This TSPN feature is made possible by your overall sponsor, Prospect Motors of Jackson, and corner sponsors, Barron's Furniture of Sutter Creek, Amador County Health Education for HIV and AIDS prevention, Mountain Air Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, and Aces Waste and Recycling Services located in Pine Grove. Thanks to them, you've been watching this edition of our sports show on Amador County's own television network, TSPN. This is Jim Vinciguerra along with Frank Halverson with Prospect Motors, and camera number 1, Tom Slavik, along with camera number 2, Sue Slavik, saying thanks for watching. We're going to see you hopefully in a week or so.
This TSPN feature is made possible by your overall sponsors.